you reckon it's their fault? They should just protect themselves.
If Jimmy
more.
Webster was coming at me like that, I would have had the bumper bar up, and it'd be Jimmy Webster.
He'd be the one.
He'd be counting his teeth.
Thank you, sir. If I told my old man I was having a coffee with David Rhys-Jones 20 years from now, he'd go, "You're absolutely bullcrapping me, mate. This is an honour."
Now, I've heard you're an old Carlton
I'm
supporter.
an old Carlton man.
What went wrong? Going to the bloody Demons,
Well,
eh?
my old man thought Kenny Hunter was the greatest player ever, and his best mate thought David Rhys-Jones was the best player ever. His mate was one of the hardest blokes, used to love a fight.
Yeah.
I understand why he liked you, mate. Which brings me to the first argument with you, because it's really in the news at the moment. Angus Brayshaw is at to retire, hasn't he? And now, the story here is, should it be the player that decides when it's time to retire, when it comes to these head knocks and concussion issues, or is it the doctor? Your thoughts?
Well, it has to be the player, and at the end of the day, it's his decision to make, and he knows his body better than the doctor, really. I know we go out and play regardless, but yeah, it's up to the player, and I think that's what's happened so far.
But what about the old boxer? You know, the old boxer, he wants to just keep on fighting. Look what happened to Muhammad Ali.
You've got to protect yourself. They don't protect themselves anymore. Have a look at Jai Simpkin. Taken out.
So you reckon it's their fault? They should just protect themselves
if Jimmy
more.
Webster was coming at me like that, I would have had the bumper bar up, and it'd be Jimmy Webster.
He'd be the one.
He'd be counting his teeth.
And you'd be getting 7 weeks yourself.
No, it's protecting yourself.
I understand where you're coming from, because I come from that era as well. And we used to cop knocks like that all the time. And this is the reason why I'm on the other side. The doctor has to say it, because here's what happened to me. I had an Achilles tendon, and it was sore, and I knew I had tendonitis, and I kept saying, "Doc, jab me up, it's fine. I've got to get back out there. We're on the bottom of the ladder." And the doc said, "But you're gonna snap your Achilles." You don't. I said, "Nah, just do it, do it." And sure enough, I snapped my Achilles. So we're just
I got jabbed in my knees, and I've just had 2 knee replacements. So I know where you're coming from. But would I have done it? Would I have done it any other way? No.
Here's what we do. We get David Rhys-Jones to go around to each club, pay you a whole bunch of money to teach him how to not get your jaw broken.
That's it. Look after yourself. Protect yourself. But, see, they're not ready for contact.
Yeah.
We were ready. Me especially. I was ready for contact. I needed eyes in the back of my head.
Except for when Dennis Banks was running behind you.
I didn't see him coming. That's when I did need eyes in the back of my head. But yeah, you got me. That was a square up. That was a square up. That was fair. That was fair enough. I deserved it, and I'll admit it.
All right. So you're saying harden up, Robert?
That's it. Have a cup of bloody cement, and away we go.
I'd expect nothing less from David Rhys-Jones. I love it. Well, I reckon players, you've got to take it out of their hands because they're too emotionally involved. You reckon protect yourself a little bit more, and
That's
you can last
longer.
longer.
Look after yourself. That's it.
It's the best argument ever. You win.
You ever seen a boxer lead with his head?
No, exactly.
There you go.
They learn how to protect.
They've got to protect themselves.